Once upon a time, in the glimmering city of Verity, no one could keep a reputation secret. Why? Because the moment you were born, the magic of the city assigned you a label. It was a glowing word that floated right above your head for everyone to see. If you were smart, your label said genius in gold letters. If you were wealthy, it said success in sparkling green. But if you made a mistake, the city was cruel. One bad choice and your label would change to failure, LIAR, or thief in ugly, jagged red letters. In this city lived a man named Silas. Silas had the worst label of all. Floating above his head, in heavy, dark gray smoke, was the word monster. Silas was big and scarred. He wore a heavy hood to try and hide the word, but the smoke always seeped out. People crossed the street to avoid him. Mothers pulled their children close when he walked by. Shopkeepers locked their doors. "Stay away from the monster," they whispered. The label never lies. Because of this, Silas lived alone in a shack at the edge of the forest. He spoke to no one. He looked at the ground. He accepted his fate. One day, a terrible fire broke out in the city's grand library. The library was filled with the city's most important people. Above the mayor's head floated the word leader. Above the famous singer's head floated angel. Above the richest merchant's head floated generous. But as the flames roared higher and the smoke filled the sky, the people with the beautiful labels panicked. The mayor, labeled leader, pushed a child out of the way so he could run out the door first. The singer, labeled ANGEL, refused to help carry buckets of water because she didn't want to ruin her dress. The merchant, labeled generous, stood outside guarding his own carriage of gold, refusing to let the fire trucks pass. The crowd watched in horror. The labels above their heads flickered. The mayor's golden leader cracked and turned into a muddy coward. The singer's angel shattered into vanity. The merchant's generous rotted into greed. Suddenly, a heavy shadow moved through the smoke. It was Silas. The people screamed, "The monster is here!" Silas didn't look at them. He wrapped his thick coat around his face and ran straight into the burning building. The beams were falling. The heat was unbearable, but Silas was strong. He found the librarian trapped under a bookshelf and lifted it with a roar of effort. He carried her out. Then he went back in for a dog. Then he went back in for the ancient history books. He emerged from the flames covered in soot, coughing, his clothes singed. He collapsed on the grass, gasping for air. The crowd went silent. They looked at the glowing words above the heads of the important people: coward, vanity, greed. Then they looked at Silas. The dark, smoky word monster above his head began to tremble. It vibrated violently. Then, with a blinding flash of light, it exploded. The smoke cleared, and in its place, a new word formed. It wasn't gold or green or sparkly. It was a pure, steady white light. It read, misunderstood. Then, slowly, it changed again. The letters shifted, forming a new word, hero. A little girl walked up to Silas. She wasn't afraid anymore. She offered him a cup of water. "Why did your label say monster?" she asked softly. Silas drank the water and looked at the crowd with sad, gentle eyes. "Because," he rasped, "years ago I looked scary, so people treated me like a monster. And the city's magic only reflects what people believe, not what is true. I saved you today, not to change my label, but because I know what it feels like to be left behind." The people of Verity hung their heads in shame. They realized that the labels they trusted so much were nothing but reflections of their own judgments. The mayor wasn't a leader just because he had the title, and Silas wasn't a monster just because he didn't fit in. From that day on, the magic of the city began to fade. The labels disappeared one by one, and it was a good thing, because without the glowing words telling them who to love and who to hate, the people finally had to do something they had never done before. They had to actually talk to each other to find out who they really were. Moral of the story: a label is just a word, not a definition. You cannot know the content of a book by its cover, and you cannot know the heart of a person by their reputation. Do not let the world tell you who someone is. Look at their actions and decide for yourself. Thanks for watching. If you had a label above your head right now, what do you think it would say? And would it be true? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that make you think.